and welcome to another 4th level fighter video. In this one we are going to make a Vaesen character. The character creation is relatively quick. We're going to go ahead and go through the steps on page 18 of the rulebook. Vaesen is of course a role-playing game of Nordic horror in I guess 19th century Sweden, or wherever you want to put it really, but that's the basis of the game. So if we look at page, 18, it has the instructions for making your player character. And the first step, what's the first step there?
The first step is to choose an archetype.
Okay, now I'll let you kind of keep your hand on the page there. So the archetype, that's like the profession. So what profession have you chosen?
I have chosen the occultist.
Occultist. And then what's the second step?
Choose an age.
About what age do you think you are? Are you a teen? Are you a young adult? An older adult? Middle-aged adult? Elderly?
I think I will go with more of a young adult.
So what age-ish do you think?
Let's go with maybe 23.
23. What's the next step?
The next step is to choose a name.
Okay, do you have a name chosen? If you don't, we can save this until the end.
Yes, I think let's come to that a little bit later.
We'll just put down Jane Doe, but we'll flesh that out better. What's the next step?
Distribute attribute points according to your age.
So there's a chart on what page is this?
18.
18. If you are young, you get 15 attribute points and 10 skill points. So your attributes are physique, precision, logic, and empathy. And if you look at occultist, does it say anything in particular about like your main attribute is precision? I believe that means that you can only, or you can put up to 5 points in your main attribute, and but you cannot put that many in your others. Let's just verify that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. We'll just verify this really quickly. So the minimum value is 2 and the maximum is 4, except for the main attribute of your chosen archetype, which has a maximum value of 5. Now the same thing happens with skills. Minimum value is 0, maximum is 5. At the start of the game, you cannot have more than 2 in any skill except for the main skill of your chosen archetype, which you may spend 3 points on. So your main attribute as an occultist is precision. So you've got some points to spend on precision. You have 15 points to spend in those 4 attributes, and you can put up to 5 in precision. And was it 3 in the others, or was it the skill? I forget already. We just barely read this. See if we can find that again. This is the first character that we have made. So, the maximum is 4, except for precision you could put 5. How would you like to distribute your 15 points?
Well, I would like to put 5 into precision.
Precision, okay.
Let's go maybe 3 in logic.
Okay. So that's 8, so you have 7 more points.
Let's do 4 into physique.
And then that would leave you 3 in empathy.
Yes.
So you're more of a physical sort of person than a thinking sort of person. Does that sound accurate?
Yes, it does.
Okay. What is the next step on the building a character list?
That would be distribute points to skills and resources according to your age.
So resources will start at a minimum value. Your resource for an occultist, I believe, is 1. And so that's where you start unless you put more points into it. And the maximum you can get would be 4 for an occultist. So in skills, you're going to spend a number of points equal or based on your age. The maximum any skill can be is 2, except for the main skills, which you can spend 3 points on. And what are your main possible, or your main skill is stealth?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, hold that right there. So, do you want to put 3 points into stealth?
Yes, why not?
Okay. So then you have a pool, I think there was it 10 points? Yes, so you've got 7 more points to distribute amongst these other skills.
Let's see. I will go with possibly investigation. I will do...
Do 1 or 2?
2, I think. I would
Okay.
do 2. Let's see. Maybe, check out some of the more physical skills.
And if you have any questions on the skills, we can talk about what the skills mean.
Right, so agility, I think I would like to put some points into that too, maybe.
1 or 2?
Yeah, 2, I think.
Okay.
Let's see.
So you have 3 points left.
Possibly I would do vigilance, maybe. I'll put a point into that.
1 point. You have 2 points left.
Let's go, I'll do 1 in close combat.
So that will be like punching, close combat will be if you have a weapon. Force will be like if you're punching someone or trying to force something open. Need more close combat? Like if you've got a stick or brass knuckles or...
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so
Do
1.
there.
So that's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got 1 point left.
Maybe I'll do the last one into manipulation.
And that would be like persuading someone to see your point of view or to do what you want.
Yes.
Correct?
Sounds good.
Excellent. So what was the next step after skills?
Choose a talent.
Oh, one thing we should have done. So your resources. So your resources are at 1. If you want to increase that, you can. Otherwise, you're kind of poor. But you would have to take a point away from a skill to increase your resources.
I don't think I will do that.
Okay.
Right now.
So now it was choose a talent?
Yes.
So what talents are available to you?
For the occultist, talents include magic tricks, medium, and striking fear.
And if you want to look up those talents, there's a list of the talents. There's the occultist talents right there. So you pick one of those 3. You can read through those and tell me which one you would like. If you have any questions on those, we can discuss as well.
I think the medium talent seems very appealing to me.
So to help you out, let's put a little kind of a description of what the medium talent is. So
Right.
what does it say?
It says here you can use observation to perform seances where you predict people's futures and contact the dead. Extra successes provide more information, prolong the contact, or cause spirits to materialize. On failure, you are given inaccurate information, attacked, or suffer a condition.
So you use I should capitalize observation to let you know that's a skill. In fact, tell you what I'm going to do. Would you remember if I did OBS, or would you want me to write observation?
Oh, I think I could remember that.
This doesn't want to give me a lot of room here. So use observation to perform seances. And then it said extra
Successes provide more information.
info with additional success.
On failure, you are given inaccurate information.
And of course, you would know that you failed, but your character would not.
Yes.
Well, only 1 in. There we go. Anything else on there?
Let's see. Failures also include being attacked or suffering a condition.
So possibly attacked or suffer condition. There. Okay? And then if you gain additional talents, we'll just have to use a smaller font or something.
Alright.
So what's the next step? And let's just check out your observation skill. So your observation skill is based on empathy, and your empathy is only a 3. Well, I'd say only a 3. Based on your talent, do you want to move a point from one of your other skills and put it in observation?
Yes, why not? Let's change. Maybe let's do 1 in investigation and 1 in observation. Yes.
Okay. Very good. What's the next step?
Next step is to choose a motivation.
Okay, so are there sample motivations in the occultist description, which is on what, page 29?
29, yes. Okay. The motivations are learning about Vaesen, understanding myself, or power.
So which of those sounds more like what Jane Doe would want to do?
Well, I think my character would like to learn more about Vaesen. I think that's something that I would enjoy in the game.
She just has a curiosity about them,
yes.
What they might mean. Okay, what is the next step? Page 18, I believe.
Yes. Next step is to choose a trauma.
Okay, so this is what happened to you to give you the sight, so that you could see Vaesen. So which, then there's some suggested traumas on there, but of course you could choose anything.
Yes, so the examples are hit by a corrosive venom while trying to steal an egg. The family farm is being run by a grumpy house creature. Something.
Okay.
And the last example was attacked by a night raven and infected by a disease.
Ooh.
Let's see.
And you could choose something completely different if you don't like any of those.
Right. Well, for the time being, I think the most interesting one would be being attacked by a raven and infected.
You want it to be a raven or something else?
I think a raven is a pretty interesting.
So you were attacked by a night raven and infected.
Yes.
And you were probably very young, and maybe it took you to death's door, but then after you came out of a fevered sleep, maybe you could see someone standing in the corner of the room, but no one else could see them.
Yes.
Creepy. Now I'm scared. What's the next part? Your dark secret?
Yep, dark secret.
So there's some examples in there. What are the examples?
Examples are guilty of a heinous crime.
Ooh.
My powers control me, and changeling.
Ooh. And you could of course choose something else. And if you need more ideas, you can look at like the hunter, or like look at some of the other professions.
Any of the dark secrets.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ooh, here on the hunter page, one of the example dark secrets is I sold my soul.
Ooh. You sold your soul? Sold my soul to Santa? No.
No.
We'll just say you sold your soul to maybe that person in the corner.
Right.
And you don't know who they are, but you made a bargain. Life for a life. And so they have possession of your soul, but that allowed you to continue living for how long you don't know. At some point that may come due. Dun dun dun. What's the next step?
Here. Choose your relationship with each of the other PCs.
So there's only one PC, and that's Sergey, and I think he was an ex-soldier. Do you have any ideas? And we don't have to do this part yet until we can kind of talk this over with the person that's playing Sergey. But if you have an idea, we can put it in here.
Well, I think
are you like their sister or another family member, or maybe you met them in the hospital while you were recuperating, and they were also recuperating?
I think that is a very good idea.
Okay. Met Sergey in the hospital while recuperating. Okay, and what's next?
Next step
Since we're only playing with one other player, this step's pretty easy.
Yes. Let's see. Roll for mementos.
Okay, the little tasty mints. Those mementos.
I think it's something a little bit different.
That's Mentos. Okay. Well, I'm not sure where mementos are. Let's look that up. Maybe you can look that up in the index here. I don't have my glasses, so 23.
23.
Well, I'm on 24. There we go. So you could roll 2 6-sided dice if you have 2 handy, or I can actually just do it on my phone and roll 2 dice. Do you want to roll the dice yourself?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Do you have access to some dice?
I can get access to
Go ahead and grab 2 dice. And the way this table works, it goes from 11 to 66. So you'll roll 1 dice, and that's the tens dice, and then you'll roll the other dice, and that's the ones dice. Let's go ahead and roll 1 dice. 4, so it's 40 something, so roll the other one. 46. So what does it say for 46?
46 is a sunstone, a cut mineral.
So you have a, I'll just put sunstone mineral. So maybe it's some sort of crystal. Do you have an idea of what sort of crystal it might be?
Ooh, I am not very familiar on sunstones, but I think having a maybe a palm stone, I think it's called, or
should we change this from a sunstone to a palm stone?
Yes, I think
okay.
That would be.
We can do
a good
that.
idea.
And are you familiar with the way that the memento works?
No, I'm not.
So when you suffer from conditions, there's no hit points. When you take damage, you take conditions like angry, frightened, battered, wounded. If you get all 4 of these boxes checked, you are broken. And then you're basically physically broken, or if your mental ones are filled up first, maybe you've got like this, you're mentally broken. And then you're basically incapable of doing much at all. And it can be very, very bad. You may even get a fatal wound. But you can recover these conditions by resting, by having someone help you, or by spending a few minutes in a quiet place out of danger with your memento, and you can heal 2 of those conditions. And so that's a way to recover from danger, is using your memento. So this is something, it's not just any old rock you found on the side of the road, it's something special to you. Maybe when you sold your soul, the next morning you woke up and this mineral was on your dresser.
Ah.
In fact, maybe it's an eye, and maybe someone's watching you through this.
Ooh, spooky.
What's the next step?
The last step is to choose equipment.
Okay, so I don't believe that it gives you any lists of equipment for your character, does it? It does.
Yes, so some examples of equipment for an occultist would be a crystal ball, a powdered stag's horn, or tinderbox, dagger, or cooking pot.
You want all of those things?
Well, why not? Why not?
And we'll have to see if you can have all those. So
yes,
what was
of
after
course.
tinderbox?
Tinderbox, dagger, or cooking pot.
We'll put a cooking pot, and then we'll give you a dagger. Now, some of these things may give you a bonus. So let's just look in the book real quick and see, because this is the last step. So let's we flip here. So your resources at level 1, you are destitute. You are completely dependent on others for your survival.
Right.
Every day is a struggle for food, and you have few, if any, belongings. This may have caused you to contract diseases, starve, or turn to drugs or alcohol. Well, that's nice. All right. So your archetype specifies what equipment you start with. So I think that you get all of those things. Oh no, so you get a crystal ball, a powdered staghorn, or you get a tinderbox and a dagger. Let's see now. Okay, you get a crystal ball, and then you can choose from powdered staghorn or a tinderbox, and then you can choose from a dagger or a cooking pot.
All right. Well,
So what do you think? So you need to select one of the top 2, one of the bottom, or you get the crystal ball no matter what. You need to select, do you want the powdered staghorn or the tinderbox, and you get the dagger or the cooking pot.
I think I'll keep the dagger, definitely.
Okay, so we'll get rid of cooking pot. And then which of the powdered stag's horn and the tinderbox do you want?
Well, I think the powdered stag's horn is cooler, so
It sounds pretty cool.
I'm gonna go with that.
So let's just look up this equipment real quick and just see sort of what it does for you. I believe we've got equipment here. So So a tinderbox gives you a +1 bonus. Set this book down, and you can use invest. So, oh no, you didn't take the tinderbox. Never mind.
No, I didn't.
You don't have any of those. Do you see any of your things up there? Let's see. You didn't take the cooking pot.
Crystal ball here.
Okay. And that gives you, what's the bonus? A +1.
Yes.
And what does it? I'm going to move this powdered stag's horn down low. What does the crystal ball do for you?
The crystal ball. Use observation to search for clues.
And then you had powdered stag's horn. I don't know if we'll find that on there. We'll have to find out what that does. And do you see dagger on there as well? Dagger's probably here somewhere.
Knife or dagger.
Yep. So what's the damage for a knife or dagger?
That is 1.
And the range?
0.
And is there a bonus?
+1.
+1. Okay. So now we just need to find out about this powdered stag's horn, which, man, that could be anything. And of course it's not in here. So, what do we do? I mean, it could be anything. It's not nutritious provisions. I wouldn't eat that. Well, I'm going to say it gives you a bonus. Maybe on medicine roll. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
Okay. So let's, just so it looks nice, we'll do that. So we'll say it gives you a +1. Use medicine. Let's see. Use medicine. Let's look up the medicine skill and see kind of what it talks about here. So medicine lets you use your expertise to help someone who is hurt. It can also provide knowledge about anatomy, diseases, and injuries. When someone has sustained a physical critical injury, so when you're broken, you get a critical injury. She may sometimes require medical assistance. Passing your skill test means she is no longer broken. Extra success heals one physical condition. Medicine can be used to heal physical conditions. So let's say it gives you a bonus on your medicine checks.
All right.
Or, yeah. I'll just put medicine check. I think they're called tests, medicine test. So when you roll to try and make a medicine check, which in your case you have 0 skill, so you would roll your precision, which I think is 5. So you would roll 5 dice. But then because if you use the staghorn, you get a bonus of +1, you'd roll 6 dice to try and get a success. So I think that is everything. Oh, why does it have a +1 there? That's just silly. We're here at the end. You have no insights and defects. That happens after you become broken.
Right.
What about a name? Do you have a name yet, or should we still wait on that?
I think I have come up with a name.
Okay. What is the name?
I have chosen to be Imogen.
Like that or with an E at the end?
No E. I think without an E. And last name will go, I think, Jotunheim. Cool.
Jotunheim?
Yeah, sure.
Like that?
Yes.
And the O should have the little umlaut. And let's see if I can figure out how to do that. Is that name one of the ones listed in there?
No, it's not. It's just something that I.
Let's see. O with an umlaut. What is the alt code for that? It says alt 0246. So let's see if we do alt 0246. Hey, look at that.
There we go.
Perfect. So this is your Vaesen character. We will be playing very soon. Before you ran a pre-gen character, so we'll have to get this entered into the VTT that we're going to use. But I'm excited to see what happens, and hopefully you survive your very first encounter. So we're going to go ahead and sign off. I'll give you the last word.
Well, I had a lot of fun doing this, and I am very excited to play this new character in Vaesen.